Hello and welcome to 365 Days of Healing. I really wish sometimes I could think of something else to say instead of hello and welcome to 365 Days of Healing, which takes me into another thing. Um, this was supposed to be animal dreaming, but I'm going to just talk quickly about the habits that we have and when we watch ourselves back and we actually pick up on things that we do and we wonder what other people think about them. One of the things that I do is to go like that, look up, look up, look up. And it's when I'm trying to draw in my thoughts so that I can speak to you out there. But I look at it and I think to myself, oh my goodness, look at my eyes, look at what I'm doing. Carrie said to me not that long ago, actually, what you are doing, Mum, is you're looking into your third eye, which must be over here somewhere because that's the way I look, and channeling the thoughts that are coming into you. And so I thought, oh, that's a good thing. Carrie also said to me that she goes, and then she realised that actually what she was doing was going and channeling in the sound of the universe so that she could then speak to you. So they're the things. And of course, we become self-conscious about it when we look back and see what we've been doing. And often these habits that we have, we repeat over and over and over. But then does that make us essentially who we are? Of course it does. I just thought I'd share that with you because that self-consciousness about what we do sometimes can stop us from doing what we really want to do because we're, well, just self-conscious. It's okay, do it anyway, because it's important to be creative. It's important to say and do what you feel is you're being called to do. And it's really very beneficial, not just for you out there, but it's very beneficial for us here on this side, because what we're doing each day is reminding ourselves of some of the things that we may need to ponder further and to integrate again into our lives. So just a little talk before I start. And today we're doing animal dreaming cards. So I'm just shuffling the cards here and I will draw the cards and see what they have to talk to us about. So this is the Wallaby, and the Wallaby is about progression. As we progress through life, it's how we actually learn what is happening around us. So the progression of time in this 3D template that we're living in, this is about seeing the progress that we may be making in a spiritual way. And that's how I will read this card. It is the progress of understanding. It is the progression of the rising of the sacred, and it is about learning that everything is in a place for a very valid reason. And if we start seeing that, even if it seems negative at the time, the progress that we can make, even out of that negativity, is one of progress, because it's reframing that it's not a negative experience. It was just an experience that we were having so that we came to more understanding, and then we could progress through and on this journey we call life. So interesting. The Wallaby, I'll just say one little thing about the Wallaby and the kangaroo, cannot move backwards. And that's why it is about progress. It's about forward movement. So if we keep that in mind, if we keep running back to old ways of living, then we will only have to progress again. And these animals, these wallabies and kangaroos in the Australian animal kingdom, can teach us what it means to keep going forward and to progress on our journey of understanding and insight. So the next card that we're looking at here is the crow, and it is the law. Now, a few times I have wondered about these universal laws, as I'm sure you have as well. There are certain things that are universal law. The law of cause and effect. This is these are universal laws. We can't change these laws. The law of unconditional love. There's no bridging anything. When there's unconditional love, it is unconditional. Unconditional love does not mean condoning bad behaviours. It means to love unconditionally. And to come to understand what that unconditional love means that we accept and understand that everything that is happening is for our benefit in the long run. Everybody here is doing the job that they've come here to do, whether we can understand it or not. Because all the negativity and all the dastardly acts that are happening, they are here to show us the way we do not wish to continue. And that is one of the universal laws. We can unconditionally love the process rather than to buy into all the negativities that are happening. And as I said, it doesn't mean we condone behaviours, but we understand at a higher level why these things are in place. The law of attraction. What we think, what we feel, what we understand is what we attract into our life. And I'll repeat that. What we think, what we feel, what we understand is what we attract into our life. And when we understand the law of attraction, we also realize that we can be completely abundant, not just in material things, but if that's a part of it, we can have all the abundance we choose, but in complete understanding of what is going on around us. That is one of the laws of the universe, a universal law. All right. Law does not necessarily equate to justice. And in our judicial system, in many judicial systems throughout our earth, the law of the land does not mean that it is one of justice. And that has a place so that we can also know what pathway or what direction we're going to go in as we go forward in what's being unfolded, particularly at the moment. So, good card, that one, about the law. All right. This one, this is the Dingo, and this is about the trickster. If we look at our native dingoes here in Australia, we think of them as quite beautiful animals, but they can trick us into believing that they won't attack us and feed off us. Like the trickster out there in the people and the relationships we have, say with our government, with government departments, with people around us, we can be tricked into believing that they are doing things for our benefit. Now, be aware, because not everything out there is for our benefit, even although in the overall understanding it is to our benefit, because if we've been tricked, that's where the lesson lies. And the lesson lies in then next time something comes along that can fool us or trick us, we actually can take a stand against it. So even the trickster has its place in our universe to teach us to be aware of that very thing called the trickster. So don't believe everything you're told. Mostly, words do not equate to truth. Words can be very empty. Actions actually speak louder than words. It's a very old saying, actions speak louder than words. So look at people's behavior around you and come to understand that their behavior is actually telling you a different story to the words they might be giving you. So the trickster. And the last one is strength. So if we have strength of conviction, if we have strength of character, if we feel the strength of the warrior, we can go forward on our pathway and overcome anything that may be being rolled out to trick us into feeling that that we are being looked after. It's important to remember that the only way we're going to make progress is to be aware of what is happening around us and to be aware of the tricksters that are out there pretending to be benevolent souls and taking responsibility away from us, of responsibility of our lives is our own, and self-realization and self-awareness is what will take us forward and progress us to start living some of the universal laws that are in place. If we are tricked into believing that outside influences will be benevolent and just look after us, we will be fooled. We need to find our strength of character to move forward towards self-realization and finding the peace, bliss, and harmony that we all seek. So, great cards, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.